Hi everyone, my name is Caden Van, and I've been asked to talk about federal education policies in the United States, such as No Child Left Behind and Common Core. I've been asked to be on the side of um, the fact that they do work and that they are good for this country. And so to start it off, I'll give some background on No Child Left Behind. It was instituted in 2001. It expanded the federal role in each of the states a lot more than it had previously. Under this, the federal government gave money for each state to administer a standardized test annually. This way, they would be able to measure what's called the adequate yearly progress, or the AYP, of each district in each state. And so the districts and states will look at that and they would go, okay, students need to improve in these areas. Here's how we can improve our instruction in the classroom. Here's how we can do a better job at teaching them so they're more prepared for these tests. So it raises the bar for everyone, not only teachers and staff, but especially for students. And this is especially good in low poverty areas to be able to help them out because a lot of students in low poverty areas don't have the support they need at home from parents, and they don't have good influences at home to get them to study and get them to try to memorize the concepts that they need to know for school. And so with this curriculum, they're not expected to go from knowing nothing because they don't spend that much time trying to learn and don't put that much effort in. They aren't expected to go from that to absolute geniuses knowing everything. It's almost like the curriculum follows their progress. They're never so far behind anymore with this curriculum because before, I mean, the students that would be way up there would absolutely lap the progress of the students who were a year behind or years behind in their academic ability. Um, and something else I want to talk about with this No Child Left Behind Act is the fact that it made it easier for teachers to get jobs. Before this, teachers needed bachelor degrees to be able to teach certain subjects and to be able to teach in general. But ever since this came out, they don't need bachelor degrees, and that means that more teacher jobs can be filled. And there's always such a need for more teachers in the states, elementary school up, and so I think that's a really good thing. And there has been a definite increase in test scores since this has come out. According to Wikipedia, the reading and math scores for Black and Hispanic students were at an all-time high in 2009 after this was instituted. So this is definitely, I mean, it definitely worked. But then Common Core came along. Common Core is very similar, but it's more of a federal thing instead of a state by state thing. It focuses on ELA, which is English Language and Arts, as well as math standards. And it's instituted. I mean, money is given to these states, and they can choose to apply it in their states or not. And most of the states in the U.S. have chose to do that, and they've seen success in that. Um, but the goal of Common Core is to help students have a clear goal and understanding of the standards that they have to reach in those categories. And it raises the bar just like No Child Left Behind raised the bar. And these goals, they're not vague goals, but they're very specific goals that the teachers can use to help the students. And I think it's great also for the parents to know exactly when their kids are coming home from school doing the homework, for the parents to know what they need to help them with. Um, and it states in the College Core State Standards Initiative that it's meant to provide clear and consistent learning goals to help students prepare for college, career, and life. And so it's not only for this time in their lives, but it's for their whole lives. Um, it makes it easier for kids to get jobs after high school, scholarships for college, and get internships for careers they want to pursue. And because these goals are so specific, it makes it easier for students to go to college and have a career, have a specific degree they're working towards. The majority of the teachers in the states that have adopted Common Core are for it, and they're really excited about it, which I mean is a good thing, because when teachers are more excited about it, it means that they teach more to the students' needs, and they overall put more effort into it. Um, and this Common Core helps students. The objectives are meant to help students have an easier transition from grade to grade, so that they're not behind when they go to fifth grade or whatever grade they're going into. Um, and then, in general, federal policies throughout the years have really focused on each state, working to improve the lowest 15% of the schools in their states, um, meaning that since last decade, low income areas have been getting more government funding, which they were desperately in need of before um, a lot of federal involvement in the education system. And that is about all the time I have. But overall, it's hard to dispute the many positive outcomes that come from these federal policies in education. Um, Tests have gone up, test scores have gone up. Teachers have cared more about the student's success, and students, when they apply what they learn and do what they need to do, and they really follow these policies and take the standards seriously in Common Core, and um, respect their teachers, and teachers know what they're teaching and know what the federal policies are. Um, there have been a lot of positive outcomes for the country. The education gap in other countries is a lot smaller than our gap in the U.S. The education gap is very, very big between those who are not very educated and those who are very educated and very academically gifted. But that gap has gotten much smaller since these federal education policies. And so overall, they have done really good things for this country.